How you doing, YouTube? How's it going, everybody out there? This is Marquise Brody, president and founder of Peerless Fathers First Consulting LLC, and the creator of Peerless Fathers First, this YouTube page. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening, and hopefully this information will be very informative to you. So the whole mission of me even starting my own consulting company and also starting creating this YouTube page, Peerless Fathers First, is pretty much to inform all single parent individuals with the necessary resources to obtain their parental rights. And pretty much my audience, I want to focus my audience more on single parent men who actually had kids outside of wedlock, who are wanting to or just thinking about or even going through a situation with their child's mom where they're being annihilated from their seeing their child. That's called parental annihilation, by the way, which is child abuse. So pretty much any single father who wants to gain their rights, this page is for you. One thing I want to let you know that is I just want to break down all the stereotypes and all the barriers. This isn't a color thing. I want to help all men who are single fathers who had a child outside of wedlock. This is breaking the stereotype of single fathers thing. What this is. That's what I want to do. That's the content that I'm going to produce because most people are very misinformed on the family law procedure, the process, and how things are actually worked and your rights that are available to you if you as a man petition for those rights. So I just want to go ahead and talk about a lot of things about that today. This is actually my first video. I created this page about few days ago, but just been working, doing other things, and just been kind of procrastinating on actually making my first video, getting content out there for you guys to look at. And I just been pretty much scared, overthinking it, kind of doubting myself. And that's one thing I just want to chime on right now is whatever you feel in your heart, that's a passion, whatever you have planned, whatever you want to do, the only thing that's stopping you from doing it is you. You just gotta put your mind to it. You gotta do it. You gotta go. And the more consistent you are, the more you'll succeed. These are proven results. These are proven facts. But let's get right into it. So as I said, my goal is pretty much to help all single parent individuals, women as well. But particularly, I want to focus on the men, being that in situations of family law, the man is most likely to be the one on the short end of the stick, with the woman automatically having, legal rights and custody rights because, the baby came out of her. So if you had a baby outside of wedlock, you as a father really have no rights. Don't care if you paying child support right now and everything is good. I don't care if your name is on the birth certificate. I don't care if you're good with your child's mother and everything is on good terms. It's a big happy family. If you had that child outside of wedlock, you have no rights as a man. Now, I just want to clarify this. I am not a lawyer. I'm a family law consultant. I do have one daughter, that's 4 years old, which I have my legal rights. I'm a legal parent in my child's life. Paternity has been established with myself, and with my child. So I do have experience. I did it all pro se, and I'm here to help the next man who think it's hard to do, who thinking about consulting lawyers, which you should consult a lawyer, but it's really not necessary. You just need to know the steps to take to actually obtain your rights. I just want to put that out there. I also want to put out there that I live in the state of Florida. So every state, every county, every jurisdiction has different family law statutes, different procedures, different laws in general on the subject matter of family law. But in the state of Florida, if you do not have, if you had a baby outside of wedlock and you are a man, you have no rights. I don't care what the situation is. If crap hits the fan, and it gets to that point, if paternity hasn't been established, then they will let you know. Actually, you'll know how many rights you really have, and that's little to none. So let's get right into it. Pretty much So that's what I want to start with, something positive, because I hear a lot of people say it's hard, you can't do it, it can't be done. Listen, these are all myths, these are all informed people going by just hearsay. Okay, it's not hard. It can be done. You can be a legal parent in your child's life right now if you really want to, if you want to put in the time and effort to do so, if you want to have some type of say so in your child's life, whether it's legal, um, custody, whatever the situation is, these are actually obtainable to you. And I want to talk about how you can actually do that. What actually pretty much even prompted me to make a YouTube page was just last week I had went to my bank actually to start, my daughter's start a savings account for my daughter. So my bank told me that I actually needed, my daughter's birth certificate, which I have, and I also need a social security card. So I was like, okay, mind you, I have full rights for my daughter. It's right here for you if you can see this. It's actually the final judgment of paternity. The final judgment of paternity. Okay. So I'm gonna talk more in detail about that, but I have my rights as a father who had a child outside of wedlock. So I'm a legal parent. There's nothing anybody can do. I did it by myself with no help of a lawyer, all pro se. Just by researching and hard work and just going in 10 times hard for my baby, because me not being in her life is like unimaginable to me. But let me stay on topic. So pretty much, what they did was say pretty much, yeah, you need the the birth certificate, and also the social security card. So what I did was, okay, cool. Well, I got my rights, I got my final judgment of paternity. Let me go ahead and go up to the social security office, and apply for my daughter's social security card. So I first initially went up to the social security office thinking, okay, all I need is, her immunization records. The birth certificate, and also this final judgment of paternity that's stating that I am the biological and a legal parent to my daughter Phoebe. That's her name. So I went up there with this all this documentation, and pretty much what they told me was, the people at the Social Security office, what they told me actually was like, hey, well, your name's not on the immunization form. I'm like, so I wasn't there for that appointment, but I do have a state issue Florida birth certificate with my name on it. And not only that, because anybody can sign a birth certificate. So you can have a child right now that's watching, and I could assign your child's birth certificate as the father, just acknowledging paternity. But does that mean I'm the biological father of your child? No, of course not. I just signed the birth certificate. So really, a birth certificate is just acknowledging paternity. It's really means little to nothing, technically. Okay, that's just something that child support uses if you acknowledge paternity to get you hooked in that system of child support. Okay, but you got to understand this as well. Family court, family laws, any judicial court orders that supersedes child support, and I have the evidence for you for that as well. So pretty much, I told him that I had a birth certificate, but not only do I have a birth certificate, but I have a final judgment of paternity that's stating I am the legal and biological father. That didn't mean anything to those people. They said, well, this is what I forgot. I forgot my daughter's actual birth certificate. I mean, not birth certificate. I'm sorry. You gotta keep in mind, I'm kind of nervous. It's my first video, so kind of bear with me. But it's very important information. But I forgot my child's actually her social security number, which I had at my house, and I also forgot the actual mediation agreement. So this is the report from the general magistrate that the final judgment is pretty much entailing, and it has its levels to this, and it's the mediation agreement and the parenting plan that states, designation and legal for legal purposes, information sharing. These are all entailed in the parenting plan, which is court ordered and legally binding by the final judgment. So I forgot to actually bring those paperwork with me in order to apply. So what really prompted me to even want to go hard and just put this information out here was okay, even though I had all the information at my house, I didn't have it with me. So I was thinking, like, well, what if I didn't have this information? What if I didn't have paternity established? What if I just had a birth certificate? Do I have rights? Do I really have rights as a father if I can't even go up and apply for my child's social security card? I have listen, if you don't have your petition of paternity, and this was a prime example to me, you have no rights as a father. If you don't believe me, just go to your local Social Security Administration office and do something that's simply trying to apply for your child's Social Security card. But don't forget to go alone and not bring your child's mother. And you'll see right then and there how many rights you really have if you don't have paternity established. That's why it's imperative that you do get your rights established as a parent to solidify your place in your child's life. So pretty much that just blew my mind that I was like, wow, I would expect a court order and also a birth certificate that is something from the state that would supersede any immunization form that was drafted in a doctor's office that doesn't have my name on it, being that I didn't wasn't there at that particular doctor's appointment. So that really let me know that hey, I'm glad I did what I did when my baby was 2, and you should do the same thing as a man. But let's go into more details about what's going on. So pretty much I jotted down little notes just to stay on track. I told you this is my first time, so please bear with me. So it's important to actually and keep in mind I stay in the state of Florida. So if you don't live in the state of Florida, I want you should research your states, your county's laws and statutes on family law procedure. Okay, but I'm gonna give you some information regarding that. Okay. One thing I want you to know as well, this to obtain your rights is not expensive at all. Please don't go with that myth. If you do go the lawyer route, you can pay up to 2 to 5 grand. But why go the lawyer route if you already have the blueprint, which the lawyers already have? Okay, that they're withholding from you that you have to pay for that knowledge, and they'll go ahead and do everything for you. But if you already have the knowledge, you can do it yourself. That's why I'm here to inform you that this is possible if you really want to do it. Now, um, when is the best time to actually do this? Some people, a couple of my friends, they're telling me that, hey, me and my child's mother, we're on good terms. My baby lives with me, and well, that's the perfect time to actually go and establish your rights for paternity. You know why? Because you and your child's mother are on good terms. Pretty much, she'll likely be agreeing to whatever that you propose. So that's the thing about it. The courts only come into place when there's a disagreement between the parties, between the mother and the father. In this case, the petitioner and the respondent. In this case, I was the petitioner. If you want to establish your rights, you'll be the petitioner. The mother will be the respondent. So, in legal terms, you're pretty much filing a lawsuit against your child's mother to obtain paternity regarding the child that you had together. Being that it was out of wedlock, you're filing a lawsuit on her. That's what it is, a petition of paternity. That's a lawsuit that you're filing against your child's mother to obtain your rights as a legal parent with your child. So pretty much, where was I? I forgot where I was. Oh no, I didn't. So that's why it's actually the best time to do it when you and your child's mother are on good terms, being that whatever you agree to, if it's a mutual agreement, the courts are just going to stamp and approve that. It only comes to where the courts or the judge has to actually decide for you all if you all cannot come to an agreement. That's called an impasse. IMPASSE. So in mediation, there's a full agreement, there's a partial agreement, and there's an impasse, meaning no agreement at all. That's when the judge actually step forward, make a decision based off the best interest of the child. You got to keep in mind here, this is a very delicate situation, very sensitive. So the main thing that the courts care about is the best interest of the child. The courts don't care about your feelings, my feelings, nobody's feelings. Their main concern is the who has the best interest of the child, and it is in the best interest of every child that their mother and father are actively in their lives. Okay, I just want to make that clear. It's the best interest of every child that the mother and father are actively in their child's life. Okay, so pretty much what you need to do is go ahead and go to your local courthouse and file a petition of paternity. Okay, what this does is pretty much set a lawsuit out on the would-be respondent, which would be your child's mother. Okay, that will start the whole process, and from there, I have the blueprint to actually obtain your rights without a lawyer and without any pretty much paying little to nothing. And I did it myself. I did it pro se. Okay, so let's start off by I'm gonna just give y'all some information on in my situation. I was in a situation where um, I was with my child's mom for a brief time. My baby, I ain't gonna lie, she was kind of unexpected. I wasn't it wasn't she wasn't planned, but she's here now and she's a blessing. So I'm so happy and grateful for her. And y'all will be seeing her in the later videos that I do. But pretty much, I had my child from her mom, and things didn't work out between us. But it says a scorned woman, whatever that saying is, that they can get crazy. It can get real malicious, and it got real upside down. My world was turned upside down for about 2 years straight, until I put this pressure on my child's mom with the courts and getting involved. She kept me from my baby for about 5 straight months, 149 days to be exact, from July 28th, 2016 till December 27th, 2016. That's about 5 months that I didn't see my baby, and it was eating me alive inside. Um, until I finally said, "Hey, I need to go ahead and get my rights, and I need to do it the right way before I either end up dead or in jail." Because I was really going to take it either those two routes with everything else that was going on around at the time. I'm glad God was protecting me and God led me in the right direction, because by me establishing my rights as the father actually just secured myself and my baby's life forever. So that's really what just caused a real passion for me to want to help other men do the same thing, because there's no feeling than like knowing that you're securing your child's life. So that's pretty much what even prompted me to start this process anyway. But let me get right into it. So pretty much what I have is a final judgment. I have joint custody. And if you all don't know, in the state of Florida, it's really no such thing called as joint custody. It's called parental rights and shared responsibilities. Parental rights and shared responsibilities. Pretty much meaning joint custody. I have 50-50 everything. I don't pay no child support, okay? And this was all agreed on between us, and the courts signed off on it. So it is a process, and that's why I say the best time to actually do this is if you are in good terms with your child's mother, because one, she's pretty much, not going to, you know, disagree or question what you got going on if you come to her like a man and say, hey, I just want to get my rights legally for our baby, and I just want to do everything the right way. If she's a good woman, she'll understand, you know. So pretty much that's what I want to help other guys with. So there's no I don't pay any child support. Every time I have my child in my custody, I take care of her. When she's with her mom in her custody, she take care of her. We exchange our daughter on as tax dependents bi-yearly. I got her even months. I claim her even months. Her mother claims her odd months. She was born in 2015, and actually this past year, I was just able to actually claim her for the first time due to this court order. And you know. So it is real. You can get real results with doing this. Okay. So what I wanted to say is the first thing you want to do is you want to put in a petition of paternity. Okay, that's pretty much saying that, hey, I have a child out here in this world, and I want to be a legal parent in my baby's life. Okay, so what that does is that starts the whole court process, the whole court proceedings for you right there. Then what you'll want to know is what the lawyers already do know is the blueprint to actually navigate your way through all the court proceedings and so forth. Okay, so I just want to read you a little bit, real quick, if you're interested in pretty much the terms of my final judgment of paternity. Okay, so it says this matter comes before the court for consideration of the report of the general magistrate. Now, one thing you want to be aware of: once you file a petition of paternity, the circuit judge, the head judge, is going to automatically recommend your case to go to the general magistrate, which is right under the circuit, the head judge. Okay, you can either accept that by not saying anything, just letting it ride. You have 10 days to not say anything or to object it, to refuse going to the general magistrate to have your case heard before the circuit judge. Okay, when I was initially doing this, I just was like, general magistrate, what's that? And I didn't know, so I didn't object it. So it does take a little longer process going through the general magistrate than going to the circuit judge, but it could take longer through the circuit judge depending on the docket, and how many cases are before yours that was presented. So it's kind of like a little detour to go through the general magistrate, but the general magistrate is still as effective as the head circuit judge, being that the circuit judge is going to sign off and approve everything based off the general magistrate's recommendation. Hence, final judgment of paternity and order on report of general magistrate. Right. So it says this matter comes before the court for consideration of the report of the general magistrate executed in the above style case on April 18, 2018. The undersigned has considered the findings and recommendations contained therein and has been advised that no exceptions to the report were filed within the period provided by the Florida Family Law Rule of Procedure 12.490. Alternatively, timely exceptions were filed but subsequently denied by the court, which means pretty much nothing has been modified based off this final judgment. It's all sealed, approved, stamped, and approved. It just says also, accordingly, it is hereby ordered and adjourned that the report of the general magistrate dated April 18, 2018 is ratified, approved, and incorporated in this order. Okay, meaning this is a court order, it's a legally binding document. The court adopts all findings and recommendations contained in the report of general magistrate as the court's order of final judgment. All right. The party shall comply with all findings and recommendations contained in the court in the report of general magistrate. The petitioner, Marquise Brody, is the biological and legal father of Phoebe Brody. The partial mediation agreement with parenting plan entered into between the parties on August 1st, 2017, and to the extent it has not been modified by the order, is hereby ratified, confirmed, and incorporated by reference into the terms of this order, and each party is hereby ordered to comply with all terms and conditions of said stipulations. And just saying that the court have filed a copy, so on, so on. So this is what I thought was actually good when I went up there to the Social Security's office the first time. But what they told me was, no, we need the actual the parenting plan, we need the agreement, and we also need the recommendation on you know the court order that it's saying it's ordered that you guys are ordered to comply. So this is the recommendation. Okay, and that's pretty much saying that the court has jurisdiction over the parties and the subject matter. Okay, it's also saying the parties have one child together. The court finds that the petitioner is the natural and biological father of the name above child. The parties have freely and voluntarily entered into a mediation agreement, excuse me, after full disclosure, and is in the best interest of the parties and the minor child. The agreement, which is attached Exhibit A, has not been modified and has been ratified and approved. Child support. Per agreement of parties, neither party shall pay the other child support as the amount is negligible. Okay. And as far as health insurance and all of that. So it's pretty much details everything that needs to be detailed. Okay. So this is what you actually need to solidify yourself in your child's life. And pretty much if you don't have it, you just pretty much living life with no type of real security for yourself as a parent. And one thing I just want to leave you with this first video before I go more in depth with my videos, and I want you to, subscribe to my page, like this, and comment. Whatever situation you may be going through a situation right now where you're in a situation where you can't see your child, or you need some help, you want to get it rights for your child, but you just don't know which way to go. So this channel actually will be very helpful for you. I don't want to make it too long. I don't want to drag it too long out or lose your attention. But I'm gonna be coming up with more videos in the future. As I said, I just want to put this first content out on YouTube, and I just want to let you know that if you had a child outside of wedlock, you have no rights at all without having paternity established. And it's imperative, it's very important for you to get your rights established as a man to solidify yourself in your child's life. You gotta keep in mind also, people change every day. People's feelings change every day. One day somebody's good, they love you. The next day, they're leaving with the kids too, and there's nothing you can really do about it unless you have your place established in your child's life. Um, Once again, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. I said this is my first video, so I'm not trying. I pretty much freestyled a little bit. I hope I get some views off this. I hope it was kind of informative for other men out there, and women as well. And I'm gonna actually be going into more videos very, very soon. I'm gonna probably put out another video later on today, going in more details, different situations, and what you need to do and what you need to know as a man to actually know your rights, know your parental rights, and know that you do have a voice, although you may have a child outside of wedlock. I'm here to give you the tools and the resources and the support for your voice to be heard, because I am really, this is something that sincerely is a passion of mine, and I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I'm passionate about helping other men obtain their rights as a father. I've done it myself. I've done it. I did all of that. And it can be done. Don't listen to nobody who's telling you it can't be done, that it's hard, that the courts only go with the women. Listen, one thing I can say, the courts don't care about the woman or the man, to be honest. They care about the best interest of the child, and they care about who knows the law the best. When you're in it, pro se, or you don't have a lawyer, you didn't obtain a lawyer. So once again, Peerless Fathers First. This YouTube channel is strictly for single parents, focusing particularly on the men who had kids outside of wedlock. If that's you, like, subscribe, give me a comment, and let me know what you think. And keep a lookout for more videos in the near future. Be blessed. Be blessed. Have a great day. Say more. Say less and do more. Say less and do more. That's all I gotta say. Say less and do more. Be blessed. Have a good one. This is my first YouTube video. I'm gonna just go ahead and post it like this and put it out there. Gotta stop procrastinating. Follow your dreams. Peerless Fathers First Consulting LLC. You'll be hearing about that soon, and you'll be getting more content from this channel. Peerless Fathers First. Say less and do more. Have a great day.